MPOPH. Because it's gonna be the final game of the season. It all comes down to this. Will it be a back-to-back for the defending champions? Or will it be TOPH crawling from the lower bracket to regain their top spot? We're gonna call out the best and most handsome analyst in the entire universe, Renmar.
Wolf? Oh.
No.
Hey, what up, guys?
That was a not that long intro, but it was a
factual.
one.
It was a factual one. So Renmar, are you still there?
Yeah, no, I'm still here. I'm just blushing over all the gushing that you're doing. Low Yi right away for Sanji.
Ho, ho, ho.
I wouldn't be surprised if Super Prince ends up with the Selena later on.
Oh my goodness, that's such a high possibility right now, considering that they just came from a Selena
What early on? What later on? They want to pick it now. Selena for Super Prince in the mid lane and Harith.
Look at his face. Look at how they were just shaking hands right after they picked that Selena.
You know, at this point, I feel like all the players are involved in this draft. Everyone's saying, I want to use this hero, and I'm going to dominate with this hero.
Yeah, I'm a bit iffy about, like, the backshy is there. But considering that there's a Selena again, there'll just be so many ways to stop him in his tracks.
I mean,
Busa right out of the gate.
Okay.
And the JP. Team Liquid Philippines are pulling out all the stops. When they won the championship in MPL Philippines Season 13, it was the height of Chip. And in this Game 7 for Immortality, they bring out the Chip yet again. This time paired up with a Low Yi. Ling for King Kong. Assassin versus Assassin. The best picks on the board, but what will OHEB end up with? As Onic will most likely take the Granger out.
Granger out.
Does that mean the Filipino sniper will end up with the Beatrix?
Oh!
Callbacks after callbacks. Nice you kept mentioning Throwback Thursday. Everything's throwing it back right now.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Onic, who are they going to respect this time still? No XP laners and gold laners. Will it be the Granger, the Moscow bans for South Eartha, or the Beatrix on the Filipino sniper?
Yeah, it can be. For Team Liquid Philippines, though, the XP laners might be huge X factors as well in terms of their bans for the next few, or in terms of their last two bans. They take out the Joe instead, however, but fortunately for them, at least, they don't need to worry about the AoE mages. The Selena's already revealed to us by Onic Philippines, so it's mostly just really on the XP laners and the roamers that they'll have to worry about in terms of landing those diversions and shortcuts.
You guys mentioned that Glue for sure will be present almost 100% in this game, but we see it now.
Granger's Phobius is out, excuse me, I'm very excited about that Granger. The Badang could be a very good option for Onic and needs to be respected by Liquid. One of the best, too much magic damage already, they need a little bit more if they want concurrent ones. Edith is still actually in play for Onic. We haven't seen it all series for long, and it's been a rare pick this entire playoffs, but it could show up. With the Joe out, mobility, Matilda gone as well. Bakshi's gone. Khalid might be in play for Onic. Khalid, Batang.
Khalid, Badam, Charizla. There's a Gatot too. If they want to consider the AOG.
Yeah.
Just jumping in whenever Team Liquid Philippines actually tries to go for a setup.
Hilda.
Oh, but they pick up the Hilda. They might want to replicate how they denied Carl Tizzy so much in the previous game.
Just all I ask for is we get a Beatrix on OHEB.
If we're not seeing the Lancelot on Carl Tizzy this series, then at least the Beatrix
give us that.
Beatrix for OHEB.
Beatrix to Rizla.
Yeah. Yeah, Charizla.
You need something tanky. Beatrix Glue, I think, maybe. But that could be another Glue game for Sanford. How's he gonna feel about that? And it's so mobile. Maybe throw it back at Benedetta even. Nah, still the Granger.
Still the Granger glue. Okay.
Sticking to what has worked in the meta for Liquid. Playing around Sanji's low Yi.
Yeah.
Can I just say, Sanford has not played mlbb this series. He's played glue.
I don't know how it feels to play all glue. I mean, Hans probably knows. But like, it's not that much of the action XP laners we've been seeing from Sanford. Now it's the Gatot Kacha indeed that they pick up to wrap up this draft. Woo! Oh my goodness.
Before we analyze, I just want to say, Brigida, Ingan, thank you for an amazing season. You have done amazing this Grand Finals panel. I am so proud of you two. Let's witness history together.
I'm so proud of you two, WeBear Bros, our mentors. Guys, the drafts are set for Game 7. In the 7 long years, we have witnessed legends, titans come out on top. But this game will determine who will be immortalized and raise the Immortal Cup. It's a battle between S13, S14 champions. Battle between M4, M6 champions. Battle between the Golden Goat and the Young Goat. This is the Grand Finals. Game 7 underway.
To Mobile Legends.
You got it all riding on, and once again, it's us, the WeBear Bros, to bring you Game 7, the last one of S15. Who will raise that Immortal Cup?
Pop quiz, this is our first collective best of 7 that we share as a desk. Quick action in mid, Super Prince already at half health, Sanji as well. Quick peek at the emblems.
Okay, nothing too crazy, except for Super Princess Abyssal Arrows constantly landing in the center of the map. Time itself holds its breath for this moment in history. For those who achieve immortality, dare not be afraid of the passing of the ages. Can the timeless legacy of Carl TZ be immortalized by being the first to win the Immortal Cup and winning his 4th MPL trophy? Or will Onic continue the destiny they've been writing as the gods of the game since December?
This is the first time we've seen Gatot in quite a while.
Yeah, he's been kind of missing, you know, for this series anyway. And it could end up being quite the pick, especially depending on Super Prince. Like, you guys saw his smile in the draft.
Yeah.
Like, this was clearly, a choice between him and, of course, the coaching staff behind him to go ahead and lock this in with confidence. We know that... Oh, Brusco charging on in.
An arrow to go with it. JP backing out, flickering through. Tempest Ablaze by King Kong. Another false engage. An arrow by Super Prince. Like Kung Fu Masters. These two just keep going.
Clutch flick, clutch battle spell, and Super Prince showing why he's been deemed the monster mage on this Selena, keeping Team Liquid Philippines at bay. They are uncomfortable with their rotations in the center of the map because of all the Abyssal Arrows.
It's really frightening if you've been against, say, Selena in your own, matches. The amount of reach, technically, that she has to cause an effect here. Here's a diversion, though. Top side.
Double laning that the Liquid have done. Brusco here, very low. Got that grab on him. Sanji just wailing away. Kurt goes down. Carl DZ goes for his blood. Oheb takes down Brusco. Look at King Kong coming through. Taking down Carl DZ. Tempest of Blades out. 2 for 1 the exchange. Super Prince still dashing around. The shortcut still active. Oheb says, does not get to get out of there. Gets hit by Super Prince's arrow.
Okay, he backs off. Oheb was in trouble. But ultimately, it leads down to some extra gold in the hands of Kelra, and this turtle's still up.
Super Prince delaying that means Kelra had all the time in the world to farm up even more. Oheb has a kill, but that Harith is scaling, and they have to watch out for it. So Team Liquid Philippines, let's see how they're going to play the next sequence, knowing that the Abyssal Arrow is something they really need to deal with.
Here we go, turtles up. It's for the taking. TL's in position, but there's no
Retribution range. King Kong secures. Not a response from Liquid. What are they planning?
Liquid decide to give it up. They didn't want to take the risk. Kelra in lane, winning against Oheb so far.
This has been, sometimes I wish we had another camera where we could just watch the gold lane. Because these two when they're playing, they're always going at it. They're always trading, and there's always a moment where, one of them goes down or not. but ultimately they've tested the limits between each other in that gold lane, and that's what we love to see.
Difficult thing also playing up against a Gatot Kacha as a chip lineup is that the taunt of the Gatot works similarly to how we saw the Kufra gave headaches to JP earlier. The Tyrant's Rage, Revenge, the bouncing balls even. So, as always now, JP really needs to be on point. King Kong in the mid, sees Sanji. Items no clear advantages just yet, still very close in the gold.
Okay, bringing it down to it again. Kind of a little bit of a breather here after everything we've seen. And we got to remember throughout the series how it's been relatively longer games. Aside, you know, each team getting their own kind of dominating game throughout this. And both these lineups can actually provide the potential to scale up really quickly, get momentum. But the thing is, as good as Onic Philippines has been doing, kind of managing this early portion of the game, the amount of utility throughout the entire game, the mid and late especially, that the lineup that Tlph has, could actually be troublesome for Onic Philippines. So I want to see how they're going to go ahead and play against that. I mean, we're talking about a Chip and a Louis Yi.
But at 5 minutes, Joseph, you got to wonder, maybe too much is too much, right? What do you do with the fact that you can fold the map and then do it again? Really, there's not much output from Oheb yet or Tlph. They do spot Kirk, force him out of that brush, and then they just do it again. They jockey for position, Turtle spawning in about 5.
Center of the map, Sanji blown up. Super Friends took a lot of damage as well, though. Gold lane left relatively undisturbed. If Liquid lose this big time, it will be massive, considering they're up against a Harith. So this might be the play. Send Chip with the Granger. So if Liquid lose this, they can instantly shortcut down to the bottom lane.
You can see what's happening here. Yeah, you're playing around the Chip right now. They're going to put pressure here on the bottom side. Kelra knows it. Oh, Conceal's going to be used from JP. Are they going to go?
Flickers in with the shortcut. The Summon Force drop. Kelra goes in, dashes through, gets taken out by Sanji. And they split out. The diversion to the exit. A feint. King Kong and Super Friends unbothered. Oheb pushes. The Turtle here started up by Onic. JP can spot him. But how do they get back in?
Liquid looks very good for them. All the Onic, though, in full control still. Tlph cannot get close enough.
Could be 100% Turtles here for Onic. That seems to be the case, as it's only Sanford looking for a grab. Dashing through and around the remaining members of the Super Fam. Grabs one, the AOG, the answer by Brusco. Sanford, let's go. Kirk very low. Zaman forced by Kelra. Tempest ablaze the back line. King Kong going in.
Arrow! The arrow's going to land on Oheb, and Oheb got the flicker out. The fight's still going to be able to break out, and Tlph looking for the damage here.
Mr. 2K finds the Filipino Savage.
Oheb.
Down goes Brusco. Kirk as well. Double kill for Kiel 1.
Oheb and Tlph coming up big time. The Monster Mage almost dashed the hopes of Liquid there, but Liquid held on. The man who they'll name awards after one day is hell-bent on adding immortality to his own.
Damn straight. There's already a world champion named after him.
Oh man, it's just in a matter of that exchange, you get a nice lead for Tlph. They can now build on this. Yes, they lost the Turtles, the objectives at first, but that shows that their fighting prowess is playing around that utility, is playing around punishing Onic Philippines if they're not able to take care of who they need to. And right now, a lot of the times, that's Kelra. He's got to be able to stay alive and farm up on this Harith.
And slowly but surely, I think I see the mad genius behind Coach RC's draft, behind Liquid's plans here. They want to rope a dope, not just in team fights, but across the map.
Takes 10 damn hours to fly to Riyadh from the Philippines. If you can shorten travel time within the Land of Dawn in the best of 7 grand finals, you take that. They're already thinking about the flight. We want to rotate the map, we do it quicker.
They've been there too.
If only we had portals in real life, you know?
I wish.
And shortcuts that we could just drop down.
We'd still end up in the economy version, though.
Hey, I'll take that over just actually traveling. But going back to the game right now, it's still nothing too devastating for Onic Philippines. It's a 2,000 gold deficit. The Lord is coming up. They have somewhat control. I mean, at least they got the one turret down on the top side.
Blitz.
But it's Tlph just blitzing the Lord here. It's holding at half health.
Oh, their only hope is if King Kong dashes in, looking for that angle. Tlph with the retribution. Down goes Brusco. It's looking ugly for Onic. They know that that's the truth of the situation. They back off.
King Kong was blocked by JP. The overtime and the crash course by the chip stopped him from being in retribution range. Remember the fact, hanging over Onic's heads, JP has never lost to Onic Philippines in the grand finals of mlbb.
To add to that, Tlph, Liquid as a whole is leading in Lord takes, Lord control through the roof. And now they're gonna steal away King Kong's purple.
They're taking everything here. Just in what I thought wasn't too bad of a situation for Onic Philippines based off everything that Lord and everything they're taking in the jungle. Onic Philippines is going to find themselves with their backs against the wall at this point, under the 10-minute mark already. And we've seen this earlier in the series. They're going to have to go ahead and buckle in and get ready to just buy time here. This Lord is making its way. They're going to have to deal with it. Yeah. King Kong took some of that damage. The shield's going to pop and clear out the Lord here, but they're going to lose some of the tier 2 turrets.
Carl actually forced the Tempest of Blades out. Oh, entry by Brusco!
Through an arrow, AOG clocked in. Down goes Brusco. A grab from Sanford. Goes off of cooldown in just a wee bit. Another holy defense pop.
Costly play by Team Liquid. This means that they have a chance of actually starting to break inhibitor turrets. The window is starting to close for the gods of the game as the cavalry is inching ever closer to climbing Olympus and reclaiming what was once theirs.
Tlph, 2 shields down of Onic Philippines' base, just eyes them out just outside of the walls. They've got not much else to take except maybe that shield up top, but they might just have to reset. Again, Tlph knowing they have to take the discipline route. As stampede as they can be, they still have to respect what Onic Philippines can do, but look at the disparity in the items here.
Okay, only up to a Thunderbelt Dreadnought armor for that Gauntlet Kacha. Not a lot of magic defense items for Onic, and that's a problem because the low Yi is one of the main damage sources that Team Liquid has. Same goes for the little bit of magic damage dealt by a chip. They have some Radiant armors to answer that, but King Kong, will he get his purple buff?
Got it.
Secured.
Threaded the needle. That was very difficult. The rest of Onic was just ready to collapse it if ever something went wrong.
That's 24 seconds gone for the retribution, though. Team Liquid should know the time, but I think it will be back, yes. By the time the objectives are up. Lord, okay, Berserker's Fury, Haskell's Endless Battle for the Ling, 3 core items also for Tlph's Hayabusa. King Kong spotted out, but not in trouble.
Hate to say it, there's 2,000 gold between Oheb and Kelra.
It was that play in the early game, man.
Yeah.
It put Kelra behind.
It's a mid-game snowball.
Yeah.
Oheb is so damn rich.
He's got so much money right now. Lord is up. Tlph will go ahead and start this up. Onic Philippines, they might have to pull something out of the bag here to make this work. An arrow's going to land, but you don't follow it up just yet. Now under half health. They still calculate this out here.
40, protected starboard. They jump in on him. Kirk bites it. Lord, at about half health, an arrow misses its mark. Sanford clearing the fence brush, clearing the Y brush, and Onic call it quits. They don't want none of this.
Yeah, nothing they can do about that, even with Kirk down. Tlph, massive lead ahead. They'll get prepped and ready to march towards the base and possibly end it here against Onic Philippines.
The Granger low Yi burst, way too much. The wave clear for Onic, difficult to pull off. 7,000 in the gold. King Kong steals a buff away from Tlph. No purple for the Hayabusa, but they have the Lords, they have the minions, and they have the lead. Will they have immortality at the end of this siege?
It's a big push for them. Full force for Onic Philippines. The arrow is going to be thrown out. There's a conceal, though, coming in for the base here.
JP setting it up. Look at the angle by Brusco, charging up that taunt right in the middle. Smack down on Liquid. Down goes Oheb. King Kong finds him. Tempest of Blades up into the skies. The diversion. The exit. Down goes Sanji. Liquid forced to back off. That was not how they saw it coming. King Kong gets shadow kill on him. Instead of uprints, he flickers out another AOG. They want to take out Brusco. Not enough firepower between the remaining members of Liquid.
They stay calm, they stay collected, and Onic Philippines will stay in the game.
Brusco had an MVP performance earlier, and he just pulled off an MVP save. He got Oheb in the taunt. We talked about the unbreakable. Perfect target by the Bruiser and a perfect follow-up by King Kong. Liquid, though, are still definitely in the lead and in the game, but Onic are beginning to see the light of hope beyond the clouds.
Half a second of that trunch. half a second of the diversion could have saved Sanji, could have saved Liquid from much more pain, but this does shrink their gold lead in cutting it in half.
Holy Crystal built already for Kelra. Roam boots blessings all around for both Onic and Liquid so that their lowest gold earner can catch up in the EXP and the gold. Right now, it's both roamers for both sides.
Onic Philippines bought themselves the time that they needed, but the question is, was it enough? Or do they still need more? The fight for the purple buff for now. And Tlph on this side of the jungle, they know they still have a lead. They gotta calculate this though too. Tlph will go ahead and get in there. King Kong wants the purple buff to set things up for the next objective, but he'll get it. King Kong's fine.
No dice. It's 40 versus the world. I think if Sanford just stepped in maybe an inch forth, maybe 2 or 3 units, that would have been a little more awkward. He could have caught the arrow instead, but I think Liquid just want to play the safe, play it clean.
We're at this point where Onic is within reach and Liquid now has to be so darn careful with everything they have to do now. Kirk can only do so much, but the little bit of control in the burst coming in from the hill that might become a difference maker. Again, especially if they could get either the Low Yi or the Granger, get one or the other down, and Onic increases their chances of lifting up the Immortal Cup. Liquid, they have to play the best dance, the best game they've played in a while if they want to end this before the 20-minute mark.
This is so tough. Again, a lot of this relying on Kirk. Kirk can't get caught out here and taken down or dragged out. Brusco popping the conceal again. Little unbreakable charge, but it's just Stanford that they spot out. They'll go for a reset for now. Not the ideal angle for either team just yet.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I think Liquid heard the conceal play and just dispersed and looked for another entry.
You have 2 ways to potentially end it if you're Liquid. Lord brute force or do it again. A portal. Can they?
Not sure if they can here. Again, look at this. Look at the placements for JP. Under half health.
And there you go, the retribution by Mr. 2K. Tempest of Blades knocks up Sanford. Kelra takes him down. It's a man out for the cavalry. JP catches an arrow, but still, the surgical approach. Liquid gets a diversion in. The off angle. Onic, they anticipated this AOG just to make sure Brusco can close the gap.
They knew they couldn't risk it. JP will have his shortcut available to bring Sanford back faster into the game. Minion waves crashing in. Enhanced they are. 16 minutes in, Liquid. This looks good for them to end, but can they avoid another Onic clapback?
Tlph almost forced to respond there. The Lord is inside the base.
He counters his choke, almost gone!
Tlph finds him, shadow kill, Kirk follows up, and that's just 3 members left for the Super Fam. King Kong doing his darndest to clear the waves. The Lord gets taken down. Cavalry, Super Fam, we're about to witness a new age in mlbb. Brusco goes down, Tempest of Blades in disguise, but it's too late. The Cavalry reclaim the throne, stampeding through. Stallions, now immortals.
Team Liquid Philippines will get the job done in Game 7.
Changed the name, but the spark always remained. Their aura never waned. Their legacy will now echo as Team Liquid are immortals!
Your MPL Philippines Season 15 champions!
They crawled through the lower bracket. They suffered a sweeping reverse sweep loss. They lost 0-3. Yet here they are!
The gods of the game go by many names, but the greatest of all time simply goes by Tlph!
Again, sportsmanship all around. We just witnessed one of the best grand finals and playoffs overall that we've seen here in the MPL Philippines. Just absolute peak MLBB. Hats off to our players here.
GG, well played to the Super Fam. The Sonic Republic Worldwide mourns this loss. Again, Onic's very first tournament loss in quite a while. They've won all around the world, but here, in the land of champions, in the Champions Arena, anything less than your best just doesn't cut it.
They are still flying out and will contest for MSC.
Again, thank you so much for joining us on the English desk. It's me, Naisu, Leo, and Renmar. We're checking out for today. We're going to throw it over to the hosts and the stage for our winners.
Oh, you better believe it! Cavalry, did you like what you see? Gentlemen, you have done it. And as of this moment, I am sure Jamie, they went from the lower bracket to reach this point, and now they have claimed victory.
Wow, Hans, our victors indeed. Cavalry, can we hear it from you guys?
Gentlemen, I believe for the first time in MPL history, someone will now be racing the Immortal Cup. Carl Tizzy and the rest of Team Liquid Philippines, you may now approach the trophy that is rightfully yours.
Team Liquid Philippines, please step forward to claim what is rightfully yours. Get ready to lift the Immortal Cup in 3, 2, 1!
Your champions, Team Liquid Philippines!
Proudly carry the pride of ascending from legends to immortals.
They have cemented themselves. Legacy once more, created by people who were already champions in the first place. And I think with that being said, I'm sure that it felt good. And it is now time for us to present our medals and prize. So with that being said, I would like to call on stage the project manager of the Philippine Esports Organization, Mr. Victor Tan Kabuay, to award Team Liquid Philippines. The Filipino sniper, Oheb! The young goat, Carl Tizzy! It's the chef himself, Sanji! Another win for Daddy JP! And Team Liquid's very own Sanford! Also joining them is Perks! Give it up for Coach RC! And Team Liquid Philippines have now claimed their medals, and they will also be having lots of other prizes together with that as well.
Mr. Kabuay, let's make sure we have a picture of this wonderful moment. Can we ask Team Liquid Philippines, everybody, to please post in the middle over here with Mr. Kabuay as well. Once again, your champions, Team Liquid Philippines!
Jamie, I believe now is another opportunity for us to give another award to our winners.
Yes, once again, everybody, can you give our winners a big round of applause? Rightfully, there's the spotlight. Mr. Kabuay, a big thank you for joining us here in the middle. Our awarding does not end here, because next up to present the GT champion set by Infinix. Please welcome on stage the Infinix Philippines Marketing Manager, Miss Jelly Buwan, and the Infinix Regional Game Marketing Lead, Mr. Harold Leonardo. Please join us on stage. Yes, here we have the GT champion set by Infinix. We have jackets, AI rings, and of course, in a bit, we'll see the highlight of this champion set.
With that being said, thank you so much to Harry and to Jelly. I think we also need another photo op. And with that being said, gentlemen, you now have your rings with you as well. Congratulations once more to the Cavalry for such an outstanding performance.
Really well deserved. And as you can see, there is another prize being brought up here. Again, courtesy of Infinix to complete the GT champion set. We also have the GT30 Pro.
Lots
Wow,
of prizes.
Hans.
I'm sure of that, Jamie. There is a lot of things that is definitely deserved by Team Liquid Philippines after what seemed to be a crazy series that was showcased to the entire world as of the moment. And just for information for everybody, I believe that GT30 Pro is still not available for everybody else, right? But it's just simply available and ready for all of our players.
Exactly. They are one of the first few ones to own this wonderful GT30 Pro. Let's make sure we have a picture of this with Jelly and Harry as well. Once again, they have their AI rings, their GT30 Pro, and of course their fabulous jackets from Infinix. Jelly, Harry, a big thank you. Can we give Infinix a big round of applause as well? Thank you so much for this amazing champion set.
Not only that, because our champions will also be receiving TT Racing gaming chairs, of course, from our partners, TT Racing. You've seen the collaborations, and I'm sure that our champions will have choices. So guys, brand new chairs. I'm sure you're gonna be happy about that. And Jamie, there's, you know, it doesn't end there.
Yes, I am so excited for this next bit. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for our finals MVP. The player that significantly helped bring this team to immortality, to present the trophy. Let's welcome to the stage the Chief of the Professional Sports and Games Division of the Games and Amusement Board, Dr. Jesusito M. Garcia. Please join us in the middle. And to present the check, may we call on Ms. Cynthia G. Canyazal, Assistant Chief of the Supervising Sports and Games Regulation Officer of the Games and Amusement Board.
Dr. Miss Cynthia, it is nice to be here with you today. Thank you so much for coming over. And with that being said, this player refused to give up, rose from being legendary. I just want to know from the Champions Arena, sino ang inyong finals MVP?
Lakasan nyo nga, sino?
I think they all have it in unison. Now, it is time to award our finals MVP, and all you need is to look at our screen. Our finals MVP is Sanji!
I think the crowd agrees.
They definitely agree.
Loud and
Doctor,
clear.
please go ahead and take a photo together with our finals MVP. There we finally have it. Dr. Miss Cynthia, maraming salamat po for being with us today. And I think it's only right for us to talk to our finals MVP, Sanji. Ako nang bahala magawa kasi again, you have a lot. And, you know, we've witnessed the struggles of this team right from the start of the season. But then you were dominant to end it all. Gusto kong malaman kung anong masasabi mo sa lahat ng sumusuporta sa inyong lahat. Nasaan ang cavalry as of the moment? They're all alive and there to show support and now you're champions. What can you say to the rest of Team Liquid Philippines?
Thank you guys. Di ko makukuha to kundi dahil sa suporta nyo. Tsaka sa mga teammates ko din na sobrang lalakas din talaga. Tinulungan nila ako makuha to.
An award so well-deserved, Hans. Wow, congratulations once again.
That is our finals MVP. And last but certainly not the least, this is going to be the Infinix My Greatest Teammate Award. Let's call back on stage from Infinix Philippines, of course, their marketing manager, Miss Jelly Buan, and the Infinix Regional Game Marketing Lead, Mr. Harry Leonardo. So another award is going to be given, and I believe this was an award that was voted among the teammates. So with that being said, the greatest, or should I say, the Infinix My Greatest Teammate Award goes to... There's a lot of suspense, and I think it is time for me to just say it. It's Sanji once again!
Victory in MPL is also about heart, hustle, and the ones who hold the team together behind the scenes. Tonight, we honor another great player, one chosen not by the fans or the panel, but by the champion team themselves. The greatest teammate will receive the Infinix GT Concept gaming phone powered by electrochromic technology. Congratulations once again. Sanji with Jelly and Harry there. Thank you once again for joining us on stage and congratulations. I'm gonna say it again, Hans, very well deserved. Wow.
I think this is, I know you guys are holding a lot of prizes, but I want you to raise that trophy one more time. This is another chance for you to do it. It is all yours. Yup, you can definitely leave all of your prizes and just come back for it later. But now, go ahead, walk on the aisle of victory, the aisle of glory. From legends to immortals, the cavalry is now legendary. And is everyone from the Champions Arena ready for this? And I assume they are. We'll be doing it. Team Liquid Philippines in 3,
2, 1.
Your champions of MPL Philippines Season 15, Team Liquid
Philippines! What a day it has been, Hans. Now it is time for us to recap the day's events. Everybody at the Champions Arena, it is time for us to watch the summary of the day in a bit. But joining
Yeah,
us,
for
of
sure.
course, here, Hans, we have our co-hosts as well, Odin and Kalusi. Again, we celebrate the win, the well-deserved win of Team Liquid Philippines. I think they deserve to hear your cheers. What a win. 7 games. So, Cavalry, can we hear it from you guys?
Just a moment, Jamie, we've seen from all of our teams. I'd also like to give commendations to the super fam who came over. Maraming salamat, and I'm sure that all of Onic Philippines really showed what they can do para sa araw na ito. Jamie, Odin, Kalusi, this was a moment. This was a season that a lot of people were expecting that, you know, it was gonna be close. And boy, hindi tayo nabigo. You're right.
You're right, Hans. At kitang-kita naman natin ang energy dito lamang sa Champions Arena as well as sa mga tao sa MPL Playgrounds. Talagang nag-radiate sila ng positive energy all throughout our finals.
Yeah, for sure. I think as of this moment, that was, you know, the idea, Kalusi. This was a season that, you know, was unpredictable. A lot of people didn't know who was gonna win, and yet it's the Cavalry right here. They have showcased themselves as the new immortals of MPL Philippines.
Like we discussed yesterday, marami talagang plot twist, and up until Grand Finals, 7 games pa rin talaga tayo.
And with that being said, Jamie, final thoughts for the season.
Mind-blowing, as you all said, walang talo sa mga teams ng Pilipinas. Totoong pinakita nilang lahat na ang lakas ng Pinas. You know, you mentioned the Super Fam earlier on. I think it's only